Hello everyone, welcome to the new session of seed treatment part 2. So in this session we are going to study about insecticidal treatment and fungicidal treatment, right? So these are the two very important seed treatment, right? This is used to stop the insects infection to the crop plants, okay? And also at the time of the seed storage, right? And the same for the fungicidal treatment, right? So when we sow the seed, right, and also at the time of storage also, there is a possibility that some fungus can infect the seeds, right? So at that time we need to treat those seeds. So maintaining the quality of seed is dependent on many environmental factors, some of which are moisture, temperature, humidity, and storage conditions. So, the quality of the seed is affected by some of the environmental factors like moisture. Moisture is one of the very important factor that can affect the seed, right? Quality of the seed get affected by the moisture, temperature, humidity, and storage condition. Storage condition, right? So this is the humidity. So how to control our seeds, as these factor will be there, moisture will be always there, temperature will always be there, humidity will always be there. So how to maintain the quality of the seed, because there are so many microbes that can affect the seeds. If at the time of storage only some seeds are having like fungi or some insects, right? So what will happen when you sow those seed? This moisture, temperature, and humidity will be there, and it can promote the growth of the fungus, the insects, even the bacteria. So how to control that, right? So that we are going to study here. Even though these factors are properly accounted for, seed quality may still be reduced by the certain seed-borne diseases. So there are some of the diseases that are seed-borne, right? So, and they can destroyed by insects and other pests also. Sometimes at the time of sowing the seeds, there are some insects, right? So they can give their eggs in those seeds. So what will happen? And sometimes their larvae can infect those seedlings. Sometimes even the insects can eat away the part of your seeds or the seedling. So those plant will not be healthy if they grow. And inside also there may be some larvae or the egg of the insects. So how to control those seeds, that we are going to study. Since pesticides are poisonous, we can spray some pesticides to kill those pests, okay? But they are poisonous. Extra care and safety precaution must be taken while applying them and in handling seed after it has been treated. So we need some extra care, extra precautions we have to take, right, for the safety measure, because these pesticides are quite poisonous. It can not only destroy the fungi, the insects, but it can also affect the human, also affect the some of the microbes, important microbes that are present in the soil, right? So definition of treated seed, when we can say that this particular seed is treated and why there is a requirement. The term treated means to give an application of a pesticide or a subject seed to a process designed to reduce, control, or repel disease organism, insects, or other pests which attack the seeds or seedling, right? So the term treated means give an application of a pesticide or subject seed to a process designed. Why we are treating the seed, why we are using the application of pesticides, why there is a requirement of treating the seeds with the pesticide, because it's subject to designed to reduce what, reduce the infection of the fungi, infection of the insects, right? And it can control or repel the disease organism, because in the presence of these pesticides, the disease pathogen means the fungi or the insects or the bacteria that is present in the seed, that will die. Insects or other pests which attack the seeds or seedling, that will be eradicated. So this is the meaning of the treatment, and that is why we treat the seed before sowing it in the ground, sowing it in the soil. So pre-sowing seed treatment, pre-storage treatment, and mid-storage treatment. So there are pre-sowing seed treatment. Before sowing, you are treating the seed. Pre-storage treatment. So after the harvesting, what we do? We store our seeds, right? We store our seeds in silos or any other containers, and make sure that these containers are not having any type of microbes. They are not having any type of bacteria, any type of fungi, any type of insects, right? So that is very, very important. And we use some of the pesticides at the time of storage also. So that is called pre-storage treatment. Pre-storage treatment. Mid-storage treatment. At the mid of the storage, then also we can use some of the pesticides. So here we are going to study all the three aspects of the seed treatment. That is the different types of seed treatment: pre-sowing seed treatments, pre-storage treatments, and mid-storage treatments. So it is the treatment pre-sowing. First one, the pre-sowing seed treatment. It is the treatment given to the seeds before sowing to improve the germination and vigor potential, and as well as to maintain the health of the seeds. So this we are doing before sowing any seeds in the ground. So this is our ground, and here before sowing the seeds, this is the sowing the seed. So before doing this, we are going for a treating seeds. That is why it is called pre-sowing seed treatment, right? So it improves not only it. So if there are having any type of fungal spores attached to it, if any type of fungal hyphae inside the seed, right? So that can be removed by this treatment. That can be removed by this treatment, and it can improve the germination as well as the vigor potential of the seed, as well as it also maintain the health of the seed. So the three things are there, right? It improves the germination. It improves the germination. Second, it improves the vigor potential, right? And third thing, it maintain the health of the seed. So these three important things is done in the pre-sowing tree treatment. When we treat the seed, these things can be done, right? Germination, vigor potential, increases the vigor potential, and maintain the health of the seed. Pre-sowing tree treatment includes the following. What are the things that are included in this particular method? Chemical treatments to improve the germination and the vigor potential. So we are using some of the chemicals. So the chemical treatment is there to improve the germination and vigor potential. Insecticidal and fungicidal treatment. So this is the first type of chemical that we are using. Insecticidal means the chemical that can kill the insects that are harmful for the seed. And also fungicidal treatment means the chemicals that can kill the presence of fungus in the form of spores or any hyphae inside the seed. So that is called as fungicidal treatment. Special treatment. Special treatment. There are some other methods that comes under the special treatment. So the first thing, chemical treatment to improve the germination and the vigor potential. Soaking, treating the seed with the nutrients, vitamins and micronutrients. So we are soaking the seeds or treating the seed with the nutrients like vitamins and other micronutrients. For example, paddy. Seeds can be soaked in 1% KCl solution for 12 hours to improve the germination and the vigor potential. So this is used for the paddy plant. Paddy means rice, right? So for the rice, seeds can be soaked in 1% KCl potassium chloride solution for 12 hours and it improves the germination and vigor potential. For sorghum, the seeds can be soaked in NaCl2, 1% of NaCl2 or potassium hydrogen phosphate 1% for 12 hours to improve the germination and vigor potential. To increase the vigor potential and germination in the case of sorghum, we are using NaCl2 and or potassium hydrogen phosphate. Now for the pulses. Seeds can be soaked with the zinc sulfate, magnesium sulfate, manganese sulfate, 100 ppm solution for 4 hours to improve the germination and vigor potential. So you can see here, different types of crops are required, different types of chemicals. So here for the pulses, we are required zinc sulfate, magnesium sulfate, manganese sulfate. For sorghum, potassium hydrogen sulfate was required, and for paddy, potassium chloride was required, right? So this is very, very important. These chemicals you must remember for which type of crop, which chemical is used for treating and having the control over the vigor potential and germination of the seeds. Second, insecticidal and fungicidal treatment. So this is done to increase the seed health. Why we are using this insecticidal chemical or the fungicidal type of chemical? This is to ensure that the seed will have good seed health. It is an important attribute of the quality seeds. Through a seed, a lot that meets high standards of germination, vigor and purity of it is contaminated with the seed-borne pathogens and insect pests may be useless to farmers because it may result in the severe yield loss or even the crop loss in an entire area. So if by a chance, if any farmer is using a seed that is having a seed-borne pathogen, right, so it will decrease the productivity because many of the seed at the time of sowing only, it will get infected with the spores that is present in the seeds, spores of fungus, right, and that can give rise to, they get established at the time of germination and the plant will not be healthy. So unhealthy plant will not give a lot of production. It will not have a good production in that case. Not only that, if this pathogen get established once, it can infect to the other plants, healthy plants also, right? So this seed-borne pathogen and insect pest can reduce the productivity and the farmers have to bear a severe yield loss at that particular year, or even the crop loss in an entire area. Sometimes the entire area get affected with those seed-borne pathogen and even sometimes with the insects, right? So this is very, very important to take care that our seeds are pre-treated before sowing it in the ground. Benefits of the insecticidal and fungicidal treatment. What are the different benefits to use this insecticides or fungicides? So it prevents the spread of plant disease. Yes, if any type of fungus is present inside the seed, right, in the form of spores or in the form of hyphae, then if we are treating with the chemicals, So those chemical will kill those spores or the fungal hyphae, right? So it can prevent the spread of the plant disease. It protects the seed from the seed rot or seedling blight. It also protects the seed from seed rot. Sometimes the seed become rotten at the time of sowing, right? And the plant will not be able to germinate. The seed will not able to germinate at that time also. And if they get germinated also, then also there is a chance of seedling blight, means the seedling will die. It will have a blight. No chlorophyll will be there in the seedlings. So these are the things that can be protected or that can be stopped by using the different insecticides or fungicide. Benefits, other benefits, it improves the seed germination. Yes, if any type of pathogen is present in the seed, it will remove those pathogen or the spores, right? And it improves the seed germination, as now the seeds are devoid of any type of insect or fungus or fungal spores, right? So it improves the seed germination. It provides protection from the storage insects. Sometimes there are so many storage insects that can destroy the seeds, and those seeds that are not in good quality, right, that will not give rise a healthy seedling. So the plant will not be healthy and it will not get established. Sometimes they get established, but then also they are not healthy and they ultimately dies. Or when they withstand also with all these circumstances, then also there is a chance that their potential yield will be less because the plant is not healthy. It controls the soil insects, right? So this insecticidal and fungicidal treatment, they also control the insects that are present in the soil. Insecticidal and fungicidal treatment of seeds may be affected by the viruses, bacteria, fungi, nematodes, and insects. So there are different types of insecticidal and fungicidal treatments. The seed can be affected with the viruses. Seeds can be affected with the bacteria, fungi. Sometimes there are so many nematodes that are also present, and sometimes insects. Seed pest and disease of which the seed is a victim, that is the grain weevils, Trichoderma species, and the storage pathogens such as Aspergillus flavus. So this is the fungus, right? Seed pest and disease of which the seed is a victim. Seed is a victim of so many types of pathogens like Aspergillus flavus. This is a fungus that get infected with seeds. Should be distinguished from the seed-borne disease of which the seed is the vehicle of the pest and the pathogen disseminated. That is the bunt of cereals, Teletia species, right? So there are so many, right, seed-borne diseases that can be bunt of cereals. Cereals is having a bunt disease. This you have already studied in the disease part, right? So seeds in a healthy plant, they are having the seeds like this. These are the healthy one. Healthy plant. But in the having the bunt disease, you can see like this. Black charcoal deposition is here like this. So the seed should be distinguished from the seed-borne disease of which the seed is vehicle of the pest. You must know which disease is that, and according to that only you can apply any type of chemical treatment. Seed treatment fungicides. Fungicides are applied to seed prior to planting to provide effective protection against many seeds and soil-borne plant pathogens. So if the seeds are having those pathogens, it can eradicate those pathogens. And not only that, it can also protect the seed from the soil-borne plant pathogens. There are so many pathogens that are present in the soil, right? So those are called as soil-borne pathogens. So that can be eradicated. That also can be eradicated along with the pathogen that are present in the seeds. Seed treatment fungicides, chemical, that is fungicide treatment, guards against the various seed rots and the seedling blight that occur during the storage or other planting. So at the time of storage, there are some of the diseases, and at the time of planting, means at the time of seed germination also, there are some type of diseases, right? So this chemical fungicide, when treated, it guards against the various seed rot. So there are seed rot disease, there are seedling blight. At the time of seedling, the seed get blighted, the seedling get blight, it appears like it has got burned, so seed blight, right? So, and also at the time of storage also, at the time of seed sowing also. So all, if we use this chemical, that is the fungicide, it can remove all those pathogens. It is not usually a cure-all and will not provide a disease protection throughout the growing season after the plant becomes self-sufficient. Now the plant will become self-sufficient. It can, once it get withstand, the healthy plant, right? Because initially it is very, very important, because at the time the plant get established after the germination, it is giving rise to the new leaves, new stem is emerging out, and at that time when there is a fungal infection or any type of bacterial infection or viral infection or nematode infection, that time what happened, the plant become weak. And after this vegetative growth, there is a reproductive phase, so their reproductive phase will also be affected. To stop that, the plant should be healthy. And how they become healthy at this initial stage? If we use these fungicide, right? So it is not usually a cure all and will not provide disease protection throughout the growing season after the plant become self-sufficient, right? So it is not a guarantee that there will be no other type of fungal diseases. There are some fungal diseases after the reproductive phase at the time of seed establishment stage, right? So, but initially there will be no disease. Seed treatment fungicide, an exception to this would control of loose smut by the seed in disinfection. Fungicidal seed treatment may be divided into three categories depending on the nature and the purpose of treatment. So there are three different types of fungicidal treatment. So let us see what are those. Insecticidal and fungicidal treatment. Seed treatment fungicide. So these are three: seed disinfection, seed disinfestation, and seed protection. So the first one, seed disinfection. Disinfection is the elimination of the pathogen which has penetrated into the living cells of the seed, infection it, and become established, for example, loose mud, barley, and wheat, right? So seed disinfection, it is the elimination of the pathogen which has penetrated into the living cells of the seed. So suppose this is a seed, right? This is a seed, wheat seed, and if any types of pathogen is present, a fungal pathogen inside the seed, and when you sow it in the ground, what happened? The seedling will emerges out from the ground, but that will not be healthy. The plant from it will not be healthy. The healthy plant is like this, and this unhealthy will be like this. So why? Because all this, because of the pathogen that is present in the seedling, it will take away all the nutrients and it will release some of the hormones, the chemicals that is not good for the growth of the plant, right? So disinfection is the elimination of the pathogen which has penetrated into the living cells of the seeds. So pathogen is present inside the seed and it is invading the tissue, the living tissue, right, and infected, and it become established, for example, loose smut of barley and wheat. So barley and wheat are having a disease that is called as loose smut. Seed disinfestation. Disinfestation is the control of spores and other forms of pathogenic organisms found in the surface of the seeds. So the pathogen, the spores of the fungi or the pathogenic organism that is present at the surface of the seed, So this disinfestation process is used for this. Seed protection. Seed protection is the chemical treatment to protect the seed and young seedling from the pathogenic organism in the soil. So there are so many types of pathogenic organisms that are present in the soil, right? So seed protection is the chemical treatment to protect the seed and young seedling from the pathogenic organism that is present in the soil. Seed treatment materials are usually applied to seeds in one of four forms. So there are four different forms of seed treatment material. This is the seed treatment material. What are those material? Dust, slurry, a mixture of wettable powder in water. So we are having a chemical. We will make a mixture in a wettable powder, right? And make a slurry, liquid, and planter box formulation. So these are the four different types of treatment material. Based on composition, seed treatment fungicides may be organic or inorganic. They can be organic, they can be inorganic, metallic or non-metallic, and until recently, mercurial or non-mercurial. So there are so many different types of composition of the seed treatment. The first type is the either it can be organic or inorganic. Organic or inorganic. Number two, it can be metallic or non-metallic. Right? So these are so many types, and they can be one more category, that is mercurial, means mercury can be present, and if it is present, then it is can be mercurial or non-mercurial. So there are different types of composition. Before the cancellation of the volatile mercurials, fungicide for the treating seeds were generally classified as a volatile or non-volatile. So again, there is one fourth type of chemicals that can be volatile or non-volatile. With elimination of the volatile mercurials, most fungicides now approved for use on the seed classified as non-volatile. So basically now we are using non-volatile of chemicals for treating as a fungicide. When using the type of material, a complete coverage of the seed is necessary to obtain the effective control. Some of the systematics, a fairly new class of the pesticides, may now be used as a seed treatment material. The desirability of having material that would move inside the seed or the plant and control the pest has long been recognized. Such materials are called systemic when used according to the manufacturer's recommendation, right? We have to see the label according to that. And a systemic move through the host plant and consists to reveal the growth of certain fungi and insects without affecting the host metabolic system. So it is not affecting the host metabolic system, but it is still getting established in the crop plants, right? So such materials are called systemic when used according to the manufacturer's recommendation. So manufacturers give you some recommendations to how to use these chemicals. So all these recommendations you have to follow properly, carefully, so that the chemicals can show you the best effect. Insecticidal are often applied to seeds to control or reduce insects damage to seeds during the storage, and to lesser degree to prevent the damage from such insect as wireworms and seed corn maggots in the soil. So insecticides are often, means now and then, we are always, whenever it is used, often applied to seeds to control or reduce the insects damage to seeds during the storage. At the time of storage, there is a great chance that the seeds can get infected with the insects, right? So at the time of storage, right, to a lesser degree to prevent damage from such insect as wireworms, seed corn, wireworms, and maggots. These are some of the infection that occur through the in the seeds when they are sown in the soil. Since some pesticides are now we are having some of the combinations. Since some pesticides are selective to their control of pest, many times two or more compounds are combined in the treater tank or an extra tank, and that may be used to give the spectrum of the control needed. The manufacturer of the pesticides are now making combinations available to seed processor, but should be processor blend two or more pesticides. So now we are using two or more pesticides together. The compatibility of the material must be determined, since some combinations of the material may seriously reduce seed germination. So this is very, very important, that what type of combination you are using, and that should be recommended. We should not use any type of combinations, because that can reduce, there will be adverse effect, right? And there can be reduction in the seed germination. So this is very important. Also, when applying two or more pesticides, even at the different times, the sequence of application may be very important, right? So whether a single pesticide or a combination is to be applied to the seed, read the label and follow the manufacturer directions carefully. Okay, so this is all about this session. So we are having some more things that we need to study about the seed treatment, so that we will study in next class, right? So till then, thank you very much.